Well, we want to make sure that we look at what happens before what happens happens. So all best case scenarios, we can see these coming and respond accordingly to help our horses before something turns into a big fiasco. But let's say we end up in the fiasco, right? Particularly those situations will happen if a horse suddenly, very promptly gets scared. Somebody does something that is out of our control and the horse spooks. We have to stay safe, right? So whether you're on the ground or under saddle, you have to stay safe. But it's how we go about it. So you can still stop your horse, but how you stop your horse can ultimately change the way that experience goes. Do you rip on the reins as hard as you can because you're upset that it happened? Or do you pick up as quickly as you have to, but as smooth as you can, and in a mindset that says, I'm doing this to help us, help you, to help myself so we don't get hurt? Because at that point, you have to realize your horse is like, at their greatest concern is whatever just worried them. And hopefully it wasn't you. And when you go to pick up on them to say, hey, I'm here to help you, and we got to slow down here, that you're doing it in a way that is to help them, okay? It's whatever you're doing is there to help them. And that is why when I train my horses on the ground and under saddle, and the most foundation principles that we would instill into them beyond relaxation is that the aids are not there to control the horse. Right? I don't ask them to go left or go right, to follow a right rein, to follow a left rein, to move off a leg, to yield their hindquarters, to back up. I don't ask them to do those things in the name of just getting control. Certainly it gives us control. But when I place a leg on the side of my horse, when I tap with a crop, when I pick up with the reins, it is to help that horse find softness in their body, which is relaxation in the mind. They have to be relaxed in the mind in order to be relaxed and supple in the body. And unless they've internalized it, then they can hold mental tension, but that's another conversation. But the main principle is when I go to make an adjustment with my reins, my legs, whether on the ground or under saddle, it is there to help that horse find the answer to what I'm looking for and be in a relaxed manner. So a lot of times when a horse has a panic attack and some people pick up on their horse, that added picking up of the reins adds more pressure to the situation because the horse associates that with them trying to box that horse in. Whereas what I have found after starting a lot of colts and working with a lot of troubled horses and helping with their horses is once I've had enough time to work with these horses and I start to understand that when they start to feel me pick up on the rein or place a leg, it is there to help them. And that is a mental thought process. That is an association to the aids. And when they have that mindset in a moment of panic, when I go to shorten up on the reins or place a leg, they feel that my mindset has helped translate to them that I am there to guide them, to be their leader in that moment, to help them stay out of trouble. And I'm not there to stop them necessarily from darting away. I'm there to say, hey, you can stay right here. I promise this won't get you. I am here to prove that to you. Just bear with me for a second. Stay between my legs, stay between my hands. And in this moment, I will make sure that I put you in a position to succeed and that you can find out that this is going to be okay. And that is a lot of mental. That is a lot of mental on our part because it's the mental on our part in how we use our aids when we're working with our horses. And that is so important that we build that into our horses, that when we go to pick up on a rein, is to help them relax, help them supple, help them better understand. Because in these moments when they have spookiness troubles, we want to be there to help them. And one of the things that I was initiating a little bit earlier is what happened before what happened. So we need to be in a constant communication with our horses. When we see growing concern with our horses, we don't jam them up in a situation that they're not prepared for. We need to spend the time to give them the proper tools, the proper foundational tools to be successful on the ground and under saddle, away from spooky objects. And then realize that if we start to feel our horse's concern grow, that we acknowledge that and we work with them on that, and we don't feed into it and make a problem bigger.